guys, I'm so excited to finally be doing this. I told you in my last video that I placed a Glossier order and it is here. I'm ready with my coffee, my scissors, and let me show you the Glossier packages. I have quite a few. These are all the boxes that the products came in. 3 of them came together, so these 3 came together and I was like, oh yay, that's so exciting. I was literally waiting at the door like, when are the packages coming? I'm gonna open up these 4 packages. I have bought makeup, skincare. I bought a skincare set for my sister as well, which is phase 1. So my thought for this was that I could open up these packages, show you what I've gotten, and then try them on my face. Let's start with the smallest one. Nice and simple. Ooh, it's so pretty. This is what it looks like on the inside. So cute. So it obviously says you look good. Nice and pink on the inside, which is totally Glossier, and then it has the stickers, which I'm excited about. I don't know what I'm gonna put this on, but I like it. There's like a little lipstick, a cherry, a peace sign. Very, very cute. Now let's get into the stuff. I'm gonna have to put my hair up. I'm so hot. Oh, that is much better. I feel a lot cooler. It's very warm here, even though it's winter. Okay, so outside of the big box comes a nice, very simple white box with the fun inside of it. So excited. I've been waiting for these little pink Ziploc bags. This is obviously the phase 2 set. So this has got the stretch concealer, and then I have the Generation G lipstick and the boy brow. So these are the 3 things that come into phase 2 makeup set, and I got the concealer in the shade Light. I kind of just went off of what the models were wearing and what skin tone I thought I would have, because I'm excessively pale at the moment. Okay, so all of this stuff I'm gonna use in a little bit, because this is all makeup stuff and I still need to do skincare. I've basically just put my like rose water spritz on and my Aloe Unique kind of like gel, the stuff that I put on for the pimples, because that's necessary and I refuse not to wear that. I bought enough makeup stuff to do an entire makeup look. Obviously they don't have a mascara or eyeshadow or anything like that, but I bought enough to do a good amount. So this is skin first, makeup second, smile always in this box. I love that. That is my motto as well. Stolen from Glossier, but definitely my motto. You guys know this. Okay, so this is the rest of the makeup stuff that I got. I have the Cloud Paint, which is basically a blush. So it's a liquid blush in the shade Dusk. Maybe I will do close-ups of this stuff afterwards. I'll like insert it in this video. Perfecting Skin Tint in the shade Medium, because I actually want to look a little bit darker. And then this is the highlighter. So this is the Haloscope. I got this in the shade Quartz, which is the more pinky shade. And this I'm excited about because this is new for them. I got a big bag as well. So excited. So this is the newest product that they've added. This is the Solution Exfoliating Skin Perfector. And then this is what the actual solution bottle looks like. So if you imagine like those normal nail polish remover bottles where it comes out a little pump at the top, that's what this has. So that is the solution. This is so cute. All of them have different sayings. Make the world glossier. That's cute. Let me show you the size bag. This is the large, the medium, and then this one's smaller. Yes. So I have the large, the medium, and then the small one, which is nice. All the sizes. So this has all of the skincare stuff. I got the Milky Jelly Cleanser, obviously because I love a milk cleanser, and this is smaller than I thought it would be. And then I got the Priming Moisturizer, Buildable Hydrating Cream. This is right up my alley. I'm hoping that it makes my skin as dewy as I usually like. And then I also got the Balm.com in the coconut flavor, which I'm so excited about. So pretty. I love this color. I love this peachy color so much. Okay, I'm gonna have to start on the makeup and the skincare because this is already 10 minutes and I've only just opened everything. I'm gonna start with the moisturizer. No scent as far as I can tell. Very, very light. Literally no fragrance whatsoever. Feels really light on the skin. Seems to be sinking in pretty quickly. And my skin looks glowy, although it did before I started, so that is something to note too. So let me just give you an idea. That is kind of the texture. It's kind of runny, a little bit runny, a little bit more of a fluid consistency. Doesn't have much of a scent. Definitely doesn't have a lot of scent, which is nice. People who have sensitive skin, this will still be good for you. That looks great. Works pretty well. My skin looks hydrated and dewy, which is exactly what I want on a day-to-day basis. Now for the coconutbalm.com. I'm excited to smell this because everyone says it smells amazing. I'm gonna let this down because I'm starting to look like a matron, which happens very easily. I mean, it smells like mildly coconutty. It's not like an overwhelming coconut flavor or scent. I wouldn't say that it's heavily coconutty. It doesn't smell like I've just rubbed an entire coconut on my lips, but it feels really moisturizing. My lips look really good. Now we can actually move on to makeup. Very, very fluid, very runny. I'm gonna use this the way I would use MAC Face and Body because that's kind of what it reminds me of. And I already know that this has very sheer coverage. Just like they said, it's just skin perfecting. But I'm hoping that it will actually cover up this redness that I have on my cheeks though, because that is an essential for me. I can't really walk around with these really rosy cheeks all day. And also when I get embarrassed or I don't know, anything, my cheeks just like blow up red. I do have some blemishes. This one is actually sore over there, and just in my general chin area there are some blemishes, but I'm hoping this will do something for them. But it kind of feels like this is just making my skin look more glossy and glowing and dewy and hydrated, but it's not really covering that much. I wonder if it is at all buildable or if it's just kind of like a glossy cover. The color's actually really good for me. I thought it might be a little bit darker than my skin tone, but this is actually pretty much my skin tone. For a medium, this is actually really light because I'm at the palest that I get. They don't have many shades. They basically just have light, medium, and then I think it's dark and then deep, which is pretty dark. But I think they only have like 4 or 5 shades in this tinted moisturizer. I would say that this is literally like maybe like a tinted moisturizer, but actually has less coverage than my La Roche-Posay tinted moisturizer. My La Roche-Posay has like, it can cover up the redness, which this has done, but I feel like I can definitely still see my skin, which is the point of this kind of skin tint. I can still see my freckles. You guys can see them over there, so you can still see freckles. You can see the blemishes on my chin area over here. It hasn't covered any of that. It's basically just made my skin look very glossy, almost just perfected my skin in a way, but hasn't given much coverage. So if you're even a medium coverage person, I don't think that you're gonna like this. Perfect for me because I don't really wear heavy coverage on a day-to-day basis. I don't feel the need to do that. Let's move on to concealer. I got this in the shade Light. I'm so worried that this is now gonna be too light for me because this medium is kind of my shade. I'm just gonna use my ring finger and pat that in. I'm not expecting a heavy coverage. I've watched so many Glossier kind of reviews that I know that this is gonna be very light, kind of day-to-day simple face. And if you look at their motto, it's skincare first, makeup second. So it's basically just a very simple face, just highlighting natural beauty, highlighting certain areas, not trying to cover up everything that you have going on. Okay, it's actually done a pretty good job. If you look at this eye and how dark it is over there, it's done a really good job of covering up my dark circles, and I like to think that they're pretty dark. And also I've been waking up with Judah in the evenings and stuff. Very hydrating underneath the eyes, which I like. I did also use my normal eye cream, which is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Concentrate, so my eyes are already kind of hydrated. I'm not gonna set underneath it. I may need to when I put mascara on, but for the most part I like that that's kind of evened out my skin tone underneath my eyes. It definitely looks a little bit more awake, which is what I'm going for. I may do a little bit of brow pencil, just a slight bit to kind of outline my eyebrows a little bit more. I'm gonna use my NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and you'll see I'm not gonna do that much. Just gonna slightly round this through my brows. So I'm gonna just do a line underneath my brows, just to kind of emphasize that a little bit more. You can see how that's already made a difference. and especially on this tail end. Now for boy brow, I got this in the shade Unknown, in the shade Brown. So I'm hoping that this is dark enough. I hope it's not like a light kind of like blondie brown, but I think it's fine. It's kind of a mid-tone brown. Just gonna run that through my brows, hoping that this actually does set them. And then it is adding tint. It's a tinted brow gel. It's adding quite a bit actually, which I like. And the little mascara one is really tiny, so it works for my brows. I actually really like that, considering I haven't got any brow product through like the front of my brows. That looks really good. I've just outlined the bottom. I think that's great. They look a little bit like messy, like a boy brow. I'm impressed with this. Yeah, they look really good, really sculpted. Like you can see the individual hairs, which is amazing. This is probably one of my favorite things so far. I really like this boy brow. What do you think? Do you love it as much as I do? Okay, my usual look, which you guys know, will entail bronzer, but I was thinking that maybe using this cloud paint might help in that section. So I'm gonna put this kind of on my cheeks, but then also on my cheekbones to kind of get some dimension to my face. So I got this in the shade Dusk, which is kind of like a peachy browny kind of shade. So hopefully it'll work. Let's see. Looking very flat at the moment, although oh, that's a lot. Came out all at once. It's a lot of product. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the back of my hand and work from there. That is a lot. Whoops. Oh, it's a really nice color actually. Definitely don't need a lot, and now I have all of this on the back of my hand. I think this is working out pretty well as kind of like a bronzer, kind of flushed shade. It just makes me look like I've got some color to my skin, not completely flat. I'm going to see if it'll work up here on my temple, or on my forehead. This is not my temples. Just to get some dimension. Does it look like I've just put blush on my forehead? I don't know. No, I think it looks fine. So basically, I'm kind of pressing this into my skin. I'm not really swiping. I'm kind of just dotting it on like that, just to make sure that I don't move any of the tinted moisturizer. I'm going to put a little bit of this on my eyelids as well, because you know I like to get that same flushed look all over. I think it looks really good. It looks really natural and pretty, which is the whole premise of this brand. Haloscope and then Generation G, and then we're basically done. I think. I'm pretty sure we're basically done. I like this because I feel like it's going to be somewhat like my Smashbox, what is it called? I really like the way my lips look. It's kind of like glossy, but still my lip shade, which seems very dark right now. I thought this was going to be a dupe for my Smashbox Always On, no, not Always On, the Hollywood and Highlight kind of like cheek tint thing, and it seems pretty much the same shade. Basically what this has is, oh, wrong way. It kind of has the color around the outside and then almost like a glossy stick on the inside. So the way that they apply it is they kind of just do, this is where I would apply my highlighter, a swipe and then blend in. I feel like that might be interesting for moving the product around underneath, but I'm going to do it the way they do it for now. I really like that. My skin already looked glossy to begin with, so let's see it on this side. A little bit too far down. Definitely add some gloss. Now I'm just going to add this to the tip of my nose, the inner corners of my eyes. Okay, I definitely look glossy and dewy. I really like this highlighter, and actually I don't feel like it moved the products underneath it. I really like it. You can see the glow coming through over there. I put it on my inner corners as well, also on the tip of my nose, because I find that helps to make everything look a little bit more put together, dewy, and just generally like young looking, which is my vibe. I'm gonna put some mascara on and charge my battery for like 5 minutes because it's flashing, and then I will come back and put this Generation G lip balm kind of like matte lipstick on. I have put my mascara on, and I really like that. It's kind of just put everything together in a great way with the mascara on, because otherwise I just look like a little bit of a drowned rat with nice skin. And so I got the Generation G, and the way that they describe this is a sheer matte lipstick, and I got this in the shade Cake. It seemed like the most kind of day-to-day normal kind of peachy nude shade. To show you guys what this looks like, I'm just going to wipe off a little bit of this so that there's some moisture on my lips, but not too much. They still feel moisturized, but it's not glossy. Pretty close to my normal lip color. Like if you look at this lip and that lip, they look very similar. So this is basically my lips, but ever so slightly better. Not excessively matte. It still has a nice like feel to it. I don't know if that's because I had the lip balm underneath. I can kind of still move it around really nicely. It doesn't feel like it's sticking. It doesn't feel like it's sticking to kind of like chapped bits on my lips. I like this. Very nice, very natural, very kind of put together, pretty look. I really love the boy brow. That's probably my favorite thing of everything. The boy brow and the Generation G matte lipstick are probably my two favorite things. I like coconut lip balm, like the balm.com, but it doesn't smell heavily of coconut. It's kind of just like a hint of coconut. I like that this has no scent. I think this is great for sensitive skin, and I like that it's quite compact. The packaging is great. Everything in terms of packaging for Glossier is beautiful. I like the skin tint. I just felt like it didn't have much coverage. So if you like even medium coverage, this is not going to be for you. This is for someone like me that would day to day either not wear makeup or do very sheer coverage, BB cream, CC cream, tinted moisturizer. So if you like coverage like that, then this is going to be great for you. You also don't get a lot of product. This is a 30 ml, so it's really tiny. I think it's smaller than the MAC Face and Body kind of like smaller bottle that you get. The MAC Face and Body is bigger than this, and I have the smaller bottle. This is very similar to MAC Face and Body, although you can't really build up coverage. This is definitely like sheer coverage. I like the stretch concealer. Again, if you're expecting anything more than sheer coverage, you're not going to get it. I'm going to pop it on these blemishes just to see what it does quickly. Okay, so the concealer doesn't do much in terms of covering up blemishes, although underneath my eyes I like the coverage that I have. I did see a little bit of creasing when I put my mascara on, but not so much that it was a problem. And I'm not going to set it underneath my eyes. I'm going to see how it goes. I like this. I like it underneath the eyes. Does nothing on blemishes, which is pretty much like this. This also does nothing on blemishes. The Glossier Haloscope in the shade Quartz. I really like this. It's very similar to my Smashbox one. I like the kind of glossy look that it gives. You guys know that I like that glossy look in general. I've got it on my inner corners, on top of my nose, and on my cheekbones. Really like that. I like the shade. And then the Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. I think this is really pretty as kind of like a bronzer, like a mix between a bronzer and a blush. I like that. I've even got it on my forehead over here around the edges. Looks really good, looks really simple, nice for kind of like throw on makeup. Like if you're going on holiday or if you're not much of a makeup wearer, that's perfect for you. And if you like the kind of makeup that I do, very sheer, very natural, very kind of like just highlighting your natural beauty, then you're going to love Glossier. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this review. I know it's been really long, but I hope it's been informative. I will leave all the prices and any other details that you need. I will leave it in the description box, and subscribe if you're not. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.